Hey guys, what's going on? It's Space Cowboy 17. Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk to you guys about something that I hope the Dallas Cowboys do not do in the 2018 NFL Draft, and that is taking a risk on a player in the second round. Okay, look, I understand that it's high risk, high reward, and hey, it's worth the pick. Might as well try. He was a first round talent, all this, that, and the third. But the issue is that when you take a high risk, high reward, you have a very decent chance that it doesn't pan out and you could have gotten someone else. And that's something that I hope that the Dallas Cowboys don't do in this year's draft. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look from 2013 up to 2017 of our second round selections and how they've panned out and maybe what the Cowboys need to do better, obviously, throughout this. So to start things off, in 2013, in the second round, the Dallas Cowboys selected tight end Gavin Escobar out of San Diego State. Look, the guy was with the team throughout his rookie deal, and then he eventually went on to Kansas City in 2017. He bounced around in 2017, I should really say. But for the most part, he didn't really pan out. I mean, he was supposed to be that guy to come after Witten, but the problem was that he really didn't do much to develop, and whether that be the coaching staff not wanting him to be in those situations or whatnot, unfortunately he didn't pan out. Then in the following year, the Cowboys traded up in the second round to select DeMarcus Lawrence, defensive lineman out of Boise State. Obviously this pick has panned out in the sense that he finally emerged as a top-tier pass rusher, but the problem is this a long-term thing, or is this just a one-year wonder? Obviously, we're going to see with this franchise tag and see if he can do what he did once again, and then we could sign him long-term. But for now, I'm holding my breath on DeMarcus Lawrence, but I will say that so far the pick, you could say, has panned out in a sense. Moving on, Randy Gregory out of Nebraska, another, well, he was a linebacker slash defensive lineman, but we all know the whole situation with Randy Gregory. I mean, look, the dude's been having a hard time staying off the weed, and unfortunately, it's been costing his career. I think the dude had a ton of upside and potential, but again, the Dallas Cowboys failed to more or less make the most out of this pick, and it has set the team back in some regards. And that's another thing, is if you whiff on your early round selections, they can really mess with your team, especially in the long-term stability of it, depending on where you go with in terms of that pick. Now, in 2016, they did take a very huge risk on Jalen Smith. Now, we are still yet to be seen about what Jalen Smith can provide for the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, he played all 16 games, but do not let that be the determining factor of, okay, he's a good player, or okay, we did a good pick. Because if Jalen Smith cannot be a guy that can come in and be solid, like, I don't want to say like Anthony Hitchens, because Anthony Hitchens was a fourth round selection, but he still did well. We need to hope that Jalen Smith pans out to be a solid to Pro Bowl linebacker so that we can make sure that we didn't waste the pick. I'm not trying to say that Jalen has to get a Pro Bowl nod in order for me to determine that pick was successful. What I'm trying to get at is Jalen Smith, we were advertised that this guy is going to be a stud, that top 5 pick that he was originally supposed to be. But if he doesn't pan out to be that, or he just stays with the team and then eventually leaves, again, another wasted pick. You see what I mean? That's my whole situation with Jalen Smith. I hope he pans out, and I think he will. But moving on to the final pick, 2017, Chidobe Awuzie, cornerback or defensive back out of Colorado. Obviously, this pick was fantastic for the Dallas Cowboys so far. Chidobe definitely shined in the 2017 season, especially later, and he was able to acquire his first career interception in the last game of the season. But let this be known that Chidobe has obviously much more time to develop and also much more time to determine if he's going to pan out. I think he will. Chidobe already had a fantastic rookie season, especially considering that what that secondary was managing to do, and especially with the addition of Chris Richard, who knows what these guys can do, and especially Chidobe. So going through all those picks definitely shows that the Dallas Cowboys have started to kind of change their philosophy. Obviously, 2016 was probably the biggest high risk, high reward in terms of Jalen Smith, knowing that either he's not going to play again, or he's going to play again and be decent, or he's going to play again and be that stud that we thought we were going to get. Now, going into 2018, the Dallas Cowboys need to make the most out of that second round selection. If they trade up to acquire a very, very good player, then fine. It's about what do you do with that second round selection and how it helps your team. Heck, that goes for any of your draft picks. If you have to use your second round of selection to go get a Derwin James who you think is that player that you need to take you over the top, and it pans out, fantastic. But if it doesn't pan out, then it's going to look bad. Obviously, people do have this, idea that if the pick doesn't pan out, of course it's not a good pick, but in the sense of, well, it was a bad decision to trade up, or it was a good decision to trade up. It's all going to depend on how well that player pans out. So, I didn't want to keep rambling on, but I want to just talk to you guys about the Dallas Cowboys and their second round selections and what they can do to improve going forward. And I just want to ask, what do you guys think about the Dallas Cowboys and their second round selections? Who do you think they should go after in the second round? Do you think they should trade up, trade down? I want to hear what you guys have to bring forth to the discussion. So with that being said, leave that down in the comment section below. Make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for more content. And I will be seeing you guys later. Alright guys, goodbye now.